Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you is changing the words a step in the right direction for entertainment. What do I mean by that? Well, with all the talk of classic films and censorship, especially with Crocodile Dundee that we just recently learned about, and I cover here on the channel, and looking at movies through the modern lens, and there seems to be a bit of a shift in the world today and age. And so it looks like Disney has announced they're going to be dropping a lot of their DEI departments. And one of the things they announced, which caught my eye, I'm going to bring up here real quick for you guys, and we're going to go over just a little bit of it, and I'm going to give you some of my thoughts. It says Disney Plus to change content warnings ahead of Dumbo, Peter Pan, and more old movies amid DEI strategy shift. Now, what I mean, this is what I mean. Is this a good step forward for entertainment and classic film? Well, I'll give you some of my thoughts on that. But this is interesting. I'm going to scroll down here where it talks about this is just a section I want to read right here. The rest of it just talks about the previous warning and what Disney is a 100-year-old company, and everything. But this is the part I want. It says, as first reported by Axios and confirmed by Variety, Disney is changing the disclaimer that autoplays before these titles. The previous version noted that the film includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of peoples or cultures, while the new version reads, this program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depictions. All right, so that's where we are right now. That's their new warning ahead of things. They've changed the wording ahead of these movies. So that's really what I wanted to talk about here, because I'm going to go ahead and pop that down. So is this a step in the right direction for entertainment, especially classic entertainment? I see it as a step in the right direction. Personally, I do see it as a step in the right direction. Do I think it's still warranted? No, I do not believe a warning before these classic films are warranted. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and I don't mean to be mean about it. And if I come off mean, maybe whatever. But if you're watching a movie from, say, like the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, or 90s, going into it thinking that it's going to reflect your modern day sensibilities in the world you live in today, then you are ignorant. I am sorry, you are ignorant, right? And I think that it's so very dumb to have any warning labels ahead of these movies. I think I feel like it's a dumbing down of America. That like you have to have this reassurance of, you yourself has to be reassured by these companies, these multi-million-dollar companies who could give a rat's butt about you, just use you for their gain, that you have to be reassured by them that, but what you're about to watch is bad. It was made at a different time. So I personally would prefer no warning ahead of it, but I do feel like this is a step in the right direction. Like I said, I feel like there's a cultural shift in the world today, and with regarding the arts and everything like that as well. And I just, I've been thinking about this, and with the censorship and everything, and as somebody who's in physical media, I still say our best bet is physical media. Specifically, it could be older copies now, after we learned about Crocodile Dundee, but if you're really concerned about like these movies, if you're going to talk to your kids, or somebody who's about to watch this movie that's never seen it for the first time, instead of putting a warning on to be reassured by these multi-million-dollar companies, maybe sit down and talk to your kids or whoever you're watching with, and explain to them if they needed to explain to them. I just find that weird. I do find it weird, but that's okay. If you do that, that's okay. I don't mean to judge you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean about it or anything. I really don't. But as far as I am concerned, I still think physical media is the best way to go. And with the talk of this, and like with the all that, I just want to show off some of these real quick. Crocodile Dundee. Look, I got the original VHS release of Crocodile Dundee right here. That's so cool. From what I understand, the Blu-ray set is sold out on Amazon. So if you missed out, you might want to, go searching for it. That's what I was worried about in the video I did. I don't think some people understood about when I talked about the censorship of Crocodile Dundee and why it worries me, because they're like, just don't buy the new one. Just don't buy the 4K. Yes, that's true. If it's going to be censored and that's the only version they're going to put on 4K, don't buy it. Yeah. But what worried me about the physical media aspect side of it is that these older copies like this, or on the VHS or the Blu-ray, which most people will buy the Blu-ray or the DVD, those will sell out, which we're seeing they are selling out right now because of this censorship thing. And then scalpers will come along and start selling these versions, like the Blu-rays and all that, for outrageous prices. That's what worries me, and that hurts physical media and people who want their favorite copies in the long run, right? So that's what worries me. So I think maybe we're headed in a bit of a right direction in some cases, like with changing of the wording. I would prefer no warning personally, no warning before the movies, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. It will change more. We'll see over time. Will maybe this the way people have been affected by the censorship of Crocodile Dundee. I mean, we've seen it with the French Connection. We saw it with Splash. We've seen it with Riddick. The censorship of the new 4K release of Riddick. We see it. It's happening right before our eyes. But we also see a shift into where maybe some of this stuff may be going out the window. But who knows? I just who knows? But for me, I do have these. I do have my Blu-rays. I even have the third Crocodile Dundee on VHS, right? I have all three of them on VHS. And I'm not a huge Disney fan myself. I'm not much into Disney, but I do have Peter Pan right here. This it's not the best scan of this movie, but I have it, and I don't have a warning before it. And then I just what how how'd that get in there? What? How, anyways, I don't know how that got in there. I don't. I mean, Disney. When are you going to release Song of the South for us, right? Huh? When are we gonna get an official copy of Song of the South? How'd that get in there? But these are my thoughts and opinions on all this. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. If you don't agree with me, you don't have to agree with me. But I think it's a step in the right direction. Do I still think it's wrong to have warnings? Yes, I do. I do. I still think it's wrong. But as far as I'm concerned, physical media is still the superior format. Like I say in every one of my videos, physical media is the superior format. These are for this, and if we have to go the older route for older movies on older releases, then that's what we're going to have to do. But what worries me, like I mentioned in my last video, what worries me is the people who will scalp them and sell them for outrageous amounts of money, to where people, every normal everyday people who just want the DVD or who just want the Blu-ray, because they don't go 4K, because 4K is a niche audience for collectors and everything, who just want that copy, won't be able to afford that copy, because people will be selling it for like $200, $300 because it's the unedited. Hey, look, man, I got the unedited. This is the stuff you're looking for, right? So that's what really worries me. So I'm hoping maybe through the way my videos in here and the way people are starting to, be like, hey, can we get over some of this stuff? I mean, do we really need these warnings? That maybe us speaking up loud enough will have that change, will have that impact, to eventually where these warnings do disappear, to eventually where they say, okay, well, we won't censor these movies, or if we do censor these movies, which I don't think they should, if we do censor them, we'll give you both versions on one disc or something. But I don't think they should censor them. But let me know your guys' thoughts and comments about this in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? And if you disagree with me, that's absolutely fine. You can disagree with me. I welcome all comments and arguments down below. But as long as you're friendly, I'm not here to be mean spirited. But let me know about this in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notification. That'd be awesome if you're in you guys' subscriptions. Probably share the video for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. To everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I do thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it really truly is the superior format. Godspeed.